morning. Thank you to Francisco from Microsoft for helping us organize, hopefully, the first of many ESC webinars with myself, and to Maria, of course, with assisting in the planning. Our director, Boris, is here as well. Good morning, Boris. So, we have a packed
Good
morning of
morning.
information for you all. We
Good
decided
morning,
on
yeah.
these topics because we know the demand and we know the questions that comes when your customers are purchasing ESC licenses for their small businesses specifically. And that being said, we wanted to provide that information to be able to guide your customers so that they can purchase the best license for their needs. So I hope that this will be able to guide you in boosting your ESC sales across the board. And of course, I will be there to assist in any way that I can. So without further delay, I'll give the floor to Francisco Hernandez. He's the commercial master trainer for Microsoft. And of course, we're very grateful for his assistance and expertise. So any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments as we go along. And well, after the session is completed, we can have a question segment. So thank you guys again. And the floor is yours, Francisco.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And hello, everyone. Good morning. We appreciate again your punctuality and your attendance. Before we begin the next session, I would like to invite all of you to make use of the live captions available in Microsoft Teams. Remember, this serves two purposes. First, to ensure that our message reaches everyone. And second, for those of you in noisy environments, it provides a textual accompaniment to what I will be discussing today. To do this, simply go to the controls of this video call, select the More option, and there you will see a drop-down list. Just click on Language and Speech, and finally on Turn on Live Captions. Now at the bottom, you will see a textual representation of what I will be saying. You can customize those captions. For example, you can change the color, size, and placement of the captions. If you don't need to use them, click again on the More option, again on Language and Speech, and now you will find the option Turn off Live Caption. And that's it. So I invite you to do this in these and future Teams trainings so that we can continue to build accessible digital environments. If at any point, my friends, you stop seeing my screen or hearing my microphone, please check that your internet connection are stable. If the issue persists, simply exit the session and reconnect so that you don't miss the content. All right. So, good morning. How are you? It's a pleasure to greet you today and join in this session. My name is Francisco Hernandez, but you can call me Paco. Paco is more simply and easy. So you can call me Paco. I am a commercial master trainer on behalf of Microsoft, and today I'm greeting you from Mexico City. Today, we have a very extensive agenda about Microsoft Office from Office 2021 to the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So, my friends, get comfortable because we are going to start the session. And to start the session, I want to share some information with you. Remember, we can help our clients modernize and even more at their own pace. While Microsoft 365 is the ideal solution to help small businesses overcome the challenges they face today, remember, not all SMBs are ready to move to the cloud. Some customers prefer to stick with a traditional on-premises computing model where they purchase and own software directly. Or they may be interested in the cloud but are not ready to transition to a partner managed cloud solution. So that's why Microsoft offers a variety of solutions and purchasing options to help our customers to modernize at their own pace. So Microsoft offers different ways to purchase technology based on the stage or of digital transformation that our customer are in. So let's take a closer look at them. First, first we have the classic stage. In this stage, a customer wants a local technological solution that they can directly own perpetually. Well, in this case, Microsoft Home and Business or Microsoft Professional are the best solution for this customer. They can purchase it as a full package product or FPP in a box or online through electronic software distribution, of course, or ESD, and make a one-time payment for each license, which is tied to a device. And on the other hand, there is the transitional stage. Customers in this stage are ready for the cloud, but still want to manage their own IT or are not ready for a continuous subscription. So a 1 year prepared subscription to Microsoft 365 Business Standard or I don't know, probably as for business is ideal for this customer because because they can purchase a license for each user through FPP or ESD and pay upfront for 1 year. And guess what, my friends? There's another stage. You can not see it in my on my screen, but I want to talk to you about this stage. And the name of this stage is the innovative stage. In this stage, a customer is ready for what we call partner managed cloud, where the partner implements and manage their IT. They can upgrade or downgrade the number of users and the type of plan each user is on every month. They purchase a license for each user from a Microsoft partner through the cloud solution provider or CSP and are billed monthly. Well, now based on this, remember, the best license will be the one that can benefit our customer according to their needs and their digital transformation situation. So now it's time to know what is our portfolio because we have a portfolio with Office 2021. What we can find in this portfolio? Well, Office 2021, remember, if you have questions, you can write your questions through the chat or you can activate your microphone, okay? And if I do a mistake in the pronunciation, please tell me. Well, Office 2021 is positioned around three main pillars. What is the first one? The first one is create with confidence. With Office 2021, our customers can now create documents and presentations that engage people in novel ways. Example of features here will include the addition of animated GIFs, icons, video stickers, a broader content library, etc. The second one is effortless tracking and organization. This is now easier with new tools and update functions. Functions like dynamic arrays, XLOOKUP, while you were away, support this pillar. And the third one is seamless collaboration. This pillar is all about collaboration, allowing multiple people to work on the same document. Features like co-authoring, mentions, and task assignment are some example of this pillar. Well, in my screen, you are seeing three important things. Office 2021 it has perpetual licensing, which means the customer only needs to make a single payment to obtain Office 2021. There is no annual subscription, just one payment. And Office 2021 belongs to the customer. Then, number two, it can be used for home or work, and this license is per device. So it can only be used on a PC with Windows 11, is also compatible with Windows 10, or on a Mac, depending on the edition the customer acquires. And this option could be considered for a call center, for example, where there is a single device used by multiple people in a day. So, and finally, you may be looking at Teams, but it doesn't mean it is included. It is compatible with Teams free, but this application, I mean Microsoft Teams, is not included in Office 2021. It's download separate, okay? When I buy a license of Office 2021, I receive Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and others applications, but Teams, it's not included. It's compatible, but it's download separate. Okay. So talking about editions, it's time to talk a little bit about the editions of Office 2021 for the commercial level because we have consumer portfolio, but today we only talk about commercial portfolio. So we have Office Home and Business 2021 and Office Professional 2021, which can be acquired through ESD licensing or FPP, of course. Remember that this is exclusively for the commercial portfolio, okay? So this means this is it is designed for businesses with one to approximately 30 employees or 30 users. So both editions are obtained through a one-time purchase for perpetual licensing using the classic versions of the familiar applications, but with new integrated features. Both editions, Home and Business and Professional, are compatible with Windows 11 and Windows 10. But let's see what the commonalities and differences are between the two editions. Now, which applications are included in each edition? The familiar ones we already know: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. However, Professional 2021 incorporates two additional applications. And that applications, let me use my pencil. In Professional, um, we can see two additional applications. That applications are Access and Publisher. Access is a great option for working with large databases. For example, when you work with an Excel document that weighs more than 5 gigabytes, you may notice that the spreadsheet navigation becomes slow. Well, for those cases, Access is a great option, capable of handling documents of up to 20 gigabytes without any major issues. And the other application, Publisher. Publisher contains pre-configured templates that can help our customers promote their business. Well, both editions can be used. Let me check this. Both editions can be used on a PC with Windows 11 or Windows 10. But Home and Business can also be used on a Mac. So you can see right here, Home and Business, I can use this license on a Mac. Why not Professional? Does anyone know the answer to this question? Why I cannot use Professional on a Mac?
Because Access and Publisher are not available as applications for Mac.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much, Vardy. Is because the Access and Publisher applications are not compatible with the operating system for now. Okay, and thank you very much. Lastly, technical
and maybe
support.
a reminder also that Professional is only available in ESD, cannot be purchased in a FPP type of license. It's only through ESD channel.
Yeah, talking about Professional, right?
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much. Well, now about technical support for both perpetual licensing editions is available for 60 days after activation. So during these 60 days, the customer can receive features and tool updates. However, after the 60 days period, starting from day 61, the customer will only receive security updates until the end of the Office 2021 Modern Lifecycle Policy, which is October 2026. Now, remember, these are classic applications. That means these applications will not receive updates about productivity, only receive updates about security until October 2026. Okay, so if you are hoping to see, I don't know, maybe the new version of Outlook, well, unfortunately, that version is not available in this kind of products. Now, I don't know, do you have any question about Office 2021? Because now it's time to go and continue with Microsoft 365. No, it's everything
just maybe
okay?
the prerequisites of 2021, what operating system accepts or not the 2021?
Yeah, of course, about the system requirements. Well, we will see that information in the next topic, in the topic of installation. But if you want, we can see right now. First, the operating system must be Windows 10 or Windows 11, and it is also, remember, is compatible with the last three versions of Mac OS. Regarding the processor, a minimum of 1.6 gigahertz or faster with 2 cores for Windows, and an Intel or Apple Silicon processor for Mac OS is required. About RAM, the necessary RAM is 4 gigabytes for 64-bit system on Windows and 2 gigabytes for 32-bit system, while Mac OS also requires 4 gigabytes. The hard disk space must be at least 4 gigabytes available on Windows and 10 gigabytes on Mac OS with the Mac OS extended or apps file system. Um, what else? I don't know, maybe the resolution. We need, this requires a DirectX 10 compatible graphics card. So if today you have device with Windows 10 or Windows 11, you only need these minimum requirements. But I will leave a link in the chat for you so you can check all these requirements in detail whenever you need it. So, well, that is about system requirements. I don't know, another question about Office 2021 because it's time to go with Microsoft 365, my friends. Remember, if you have questions about these products, you can share your questions through the chat or you can activate your microphone. And thank you, Boris, for that interesting question. Well, let's continue. And now it's time to know what is the offer and solutions available with Microsoft 365. Well, in our catalog for companies, we will find 2 editions as well, Microsoft 365 Apps for Business and Microsoft 365 Business Standard. Let's take a closer look at what each edition includes. Number one, apps for business. With Microsoft 365 app for business, our clients receive number one, 1 terabyte of cloud storage on OneDrive. In Office 2021, remember, it's not include of OneDrive, but we receive 5 gigabytes completely free. In apps for business, we have 1 terabyte of cloud storage on OneDrive. Then about applications, in this case, we receive premium applications. In Office 2021 was classic applications, which means we receive the desktop versions of premium Office applications like Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, plus Access and Publisher for PC only. And when I mention premium, my friends, it means that these applications will always be up to date, not only in terms of security, but also with new features and functionalities. For example, in this year, we received the update of Outlook. So probably you can see the new version available in this license about Outlook. And this edition allows us to enjoy fully installed Office applications on up to 5 devices. As licensing in Microsoft 365 is per user, unlike Office 2021, which is per device, we can use this license in 5 devices. For example, my PC computer, my laptop, my iPad, my tablet, my cell phone, for example. And finally, we receive automatic updates of the applications with new features and functionalities every month. And talking about this, I want to share with you um, important information. Yeah, you receive new features, you receive new updates, but remember, this product don't include Copilot in Microsoft 365, okay? If you receive these kind of questions, remember that product is an additional license. So if I want to see Copilot available in my applications, for example, Teams, Outlook, well, I need to pay, I need to purchase an extra license. The name of that license is Copilot for Microsoft 365 in commercial portfolio. If I want to receive Copilot in my applications, well, the name of that Copilot in the consumer portfolio is Copilot Pro. Okay. So remember and keep this in mind because I used to heard people tell the next, yeah, if you buy me, if you purchase these products with me, well, that products includes you Copilot for Microsoft 365, and that is not true. So please pay attention on that new features. And now it's time to talk about business standard. First and foremost, what really set business standard apart from other Microsoft 365 subscriptions and the home and business product is the number of premium business services and essential businesses applications that clients can use to empower their small businesses. The premium services include enterprise class email, online conferencing and meetings, and an internal company website. The kind of services used by large corporations that help them succeed and have traditionally been seen as too expensive for small businesses. And this includes the business version of OneDrive and Microsoft Teams. So, in addition to those services, there are also essential business applications that can help you stay in touch with your customer. It's highly likely that your customers are already paying for similar applications and services which they will no longer have to pay for. Plus, because they are part of Office, the customer now they will work seamlessly with the traditional Office applications. So with Microsoft 365, they can have all the traditional Office applications, again, Word, Excel, and the others. Remember, the employees can install the Office applications on their work computer, their laptop, their home office computer, their phones, and their iPads, but need to be personal devices. Okay. And we also provide exclusive updates and support 365 days a year. In a few minutes, we can see more about this support. Okay. And talking about the services, let's take a closer look at the premium business services included with Microsoft 365 Business Standard. Firstly, there is enterprise class email and calendar powered by Exchange Online. What do we mean by enterprise class? Well, my friends, Exchange is the email service used by the majority of the corporate world and is the foundation of it. Exchange allows you to not only maintain your email but also keep your calendar and contacts synchronized across all your devices. So, as a business owner, you have control over how your employees use Microsoft 365 email, whether it's limiting who they can send or receive emails from, preventing accidental sharing of confidential information, or ensuring that important emails are recorded for secure study. Next, there are only online communications and conferencing with Microsoft Teams technology because Microsoft Teams provides communication and collaboration with other employees. So business users can schedule online meetings and conference calls with multiple users, for example, like this, share screen information with meeting attendees, record meetings and share the recording with others, and there is also file storage and sharing with OneDrive. Each user, because remember this license is per user, each user gets 1 terabyte of online storage. Additionally, business owners have much more control over how the storage is used. And with Microsoft 365 Business Standard, they can limit who employees can share files with, limit the files that can be shared, and track the file employees share and with who they share files. Our business customers also get an intranet for the company. The intranet is an employee-oriented website where they can quickly create team and project sites with SharePoint online. And my friends, these are just some of the many services available. There are more, such as Planner, such as Microsoft Viva Engage, and others. So, talking about the difference between Office 2021 and Microsoft 365, remember, Office 2021 is the latest version of Microsoft Productivity Suite. In this case, the license for Office 2021 is acquired per device, which means that each license applies to a single device. This implies that you will have a valid license to use Office 2021 on a single device, whether it's a desktop computer or a laptop, only on a single device. And On the other hand, as you can see on my screen, we have Microsoft 365, a more comprehensive solution that includes all Office applications and a range of cloud services. The license for Microsoft 365 is based on the user-based model, which means that each user has the right to use Microsoft 365 on multiple devices. How many devices? 5 devices. Each Microsoft 365 license allows installation and usage on up to 5 different devices. And this provides great flexibility as you can access your applications and file on different devices, whether it's your work computer, personal laptop, or mobile phone. Now, the key difference lies in the fact that Office 2021 focuses on device-based licensing, while Microsoft 365 focuses on user-based licensing and allows usage on multiple devices. So, depending on your needs, you can choose the option that best suits you. If you only need, for example, to use Office 2021 on a specific device, well, the device-based license is a suitable option. However, if you seek greater flexibility and want to access your application and your applications and files on different devices, well, Microsoft 365 offers the user-based licensing option, allowing you to enjoy the Office suite on up to 5 different devices. So Office 2021 is a great solution for, I don't know, maybe call centers, for small businesses, and if I need more flexibility about the use of the products, well, I probably choose Microsoft 365. Okay, because
Maybe a
yeah, so
short reminder also about the user license. We see many cases reseller telling, hey, I'm going to buy one subscription and use it for 5 users laptop. Remember,
what?
the
Mhm.
Office 65 is a per user. So that means you cannot use the same subscription and deploy 5 Office for the accounting people, for the secretary, for the manager, for the CEO. This is not allowed first. And also it will give access to all people to the main information which is stored in the services of SharePoint, of OneDrive, or whatever. So this is not only non-compliant, this is also dangerous, let's say.
Yes, no, it's right, Boris. I completely agree with that information. Remember, it's not for what is the right word? Yes, you can do it, but you shouldn't because it's for legal reasons. So yeah, um maybe you receive these situations. I don't know. One example. Hey, Boris, I want to buy one license, and because you told me that Microsoft 365 can be used in 5 devices. Well, I share the license with my 5 employees. I can do this. Yes, you can, but you shouldn't. And why? For legal reasons. Because if you receive, I don't know what is the pronounce of this word, auditory, if you receive if you want to participate, for example, in one accreditation, for example, in Mexico, we work with the ISOs. So if you want to participate in a ISO, the software forms part of the topics that this um
But it's
yeah.
not only legal, it can go further. Let's say I'm the manager of the company and I store my documents in my OneDrive. The moment I share the license with others, they will have access to documents, including confidential documents, including payrolls, including whatever I store. So basically, not only it's not compliant, it's very dangerous.
Sorry, I was in mute. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Completely agree, Boris. And remember, it's more for for exactly for these situations, right? So if you receive, I don't know, maybe questions about this situation, you can go with me, and maybe through email, I can share with you um, a great answer about these situations. So, well, now, to finish this part of the presentation, we have recommendations for you. So, well, before finishing, this part about Office 2021 and Microsoft 365, I want to invite you to offer the best solution to your clients. Because what is the first one? Listen. When interacting with your clients, whether through direct conversations, surveys, or data analysis, my friends, it's important to listen to their needs and challenges regarding productivity tools. Ask them about the tasks they perform, the problems they face, and their productivity related goals. Listen uh, attentively to their responses and observe any patterns or trends that may arise. Number two, identify, please, using the gathering information, identify which Microsoft solution, Office 2021 or Microsoft 365, best suits your client needs. Take into account the different aspects of each solution. If your clients only need to use Office applications on a single device, well, Office 2021 may be the most suitable option. On the other hand, if they are looking for a comprehensive solution that includes Office applications, cloud services, collaboration, and storage, Microsoft 365 can offer them a broader and more flexible solution. And offer, once you have identified the appropriate solution, well, it's time to present it to your clients. Highlight the specific benefits that Office 2021 or Microsoft 365 offer in relation to their needs. For example, if your clients need real-time collaboration with distributed teams, emphasize the collaboration capabilities of Microsoft 365, such as SharePoint and Microsoft Teams. If your clients need to access their files and applications from multiple devices, well, emphasize the user-based licensing option of Microsoft 365, which allows them to use the applications on up to 5 devices. So, my friends, remember to tailor your offer to the individual needs of each client. You can provide personalized demonstrations, highlight specific features that are relevant to them, and provide licensing options or plans that fit their budget. Now, my friends, do you have any question about these products, about Microsoft 365 and Office 2021?
I want just to emphasize on one topic, which is data loss prevention in those cases. When you install Office 2021 on some of your employees' laptop or your customer's employee laptop, they store documents basically wherever they want, the way they want, including in some other clouds because they need to share documents. They may use Google Drive, they may use whatever Dropbox or whatsoever. Things you don't control as a company. So basically people can share anything, anyhow, without any rule, without any restriction. And sometimes they do it because you just don't give them the opportunity to do it in a company corporate official tool. It was the case inside MC3. At a point of time, we couldn't share outside. So when you need to share, guess what? You go to WeTransfer, you go to Dropbox, to whatsoever, and you start sharing things without your IT department compliance because just the tool is not available. So by providing not the business type of services that Microsoft 365 offers, you also offer them an opportunity to use corporate tools, and you offer your IT the way to be selective to information we go in and out, and selective also to how information is shared or not. So, and that's quite important also to keep storage of data because something is stored in a laptop, the laptop is lost, the data is lost if it's not stored somewhere in the company storage, let's say. So that's also something important, and not only it offers you the way to really measure and have compliance, but also over all the tools, including email when you use Exchange Online, including also all the stuff that you don't control if you're in let's say home type of usage of maybe Hotmail accounts, Gmail accounts, whatsoever. So be aware also that gives you more security on data loss prevention.
Thank you, Boris, for that information. And yeah, about documents, for example, there are permissions for sharing documents. We can look at this in another session, but OneDrive, for example, and SharePoint allows us to configure in many ways all the documents we share. So, as a summarize, with Microsoft, you all receive cutting-edge security to keep your files and all information protected. Well, thank you very much. Cleveland, we very sorry for that situation. Yeah, go ahead, don't worry. We hope you can fix it. Well, now it's time to talk about the installation and implementation of an Office 2021 license. What we are going to see next is the process for Home and Business 2021, Professional 2021, and Home and Student. It's exactly the same process. Okay. What is the first step? Before purchasing any Office 2021 license for your company or in this case for the clients, it is important to check that the computers meet the minimum installation requirements. So right now through the chat, I want to share with you the link because I want to just give me 1 second. I want to share with you this link. In this link, you can see all the minimum requirements are needed. Mm, It's right here.
Also, most of products on our ESD portal have product files that include those minimum requirements, just in case you're guessing. The source is also in the ESD portal that we deploy.
Thank you very much. Well, I will even, you have the link right now through the chat. Once you confirm that you met the requirements, well, we are ready to choose and acquire your Office 2021. Now, what is the step 2? When our customer purchases a license in ESD format, you send them an email containing one or more product codes and a link. By clicking on the link, the customer will open a web page where they can enter their product code and obtain the activation key for the license or licenses they have acquired. In other cases, the reseller already adds the product keys in this email, like in this example, and the customer only needs to copy them into the redemption link. Remember that if the customer bought 2 or more products, it is advisable to note them in a file or their preference and keep it safe. Now, about these key products, this is about Office 2021. So we should suggest to the client in Excel document to create a record listing their product key and nothing the name of the device on which it is installed and the email address used for its installation. Because remember, this licensing is per device. Therefore, the license will be associated with an email address. And this email is the one we will enter in the computer to be able to use the license. If because this really happened, if by mistake the client were to associate a license with a worker's personal email, what do you think will happen then?
They
Can you
will
answer
lose
this
the
question?
usage of the license if they need to reactivate it at a point of time.
Yeah, exactly. The company loses that license because if one day that worker leaves the company, well, they take the license with them in their personal email. So please be careful with this.
Also,
Now,
just
yeah,
to add, as a reseller, you can register as much as 49 licenses in one live account only. This is a rule set by Microsoft, which is not written, but that we discovered by history, that you can attach as much as 49, no more. If you try to attach 50, apparently it will fail, so you won't be able to access this.
this is about what? About the activation in one
Yep.
PC.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Because remember, we are talking only about perpetual licensing. We're not talking, of course, about the other Microsoft 365, but in perpetual licenses, you have to link in ESD. There's no way other than to link one live accounts or subscribe live accounts to the license. If you receive 49 codes from MC3 within an order, you can link them all to one single Hotmail account. In the live account, you will see the list of those licenses, of course, and you will be able to activate, deactivate. I totally agree that it is good to have this kind of table to remember which license was affected to which PC, if the PC disappears, or if the person leaves with the PC something, so that you can reactivate, because ESD licenses can be reactivated. If you deactivate them from your live account, you can reactivate them in another laptop. This is totally agreed. Nonetheless, for obvious reason, there is a limit to the number of licenses you can attach. That's what I mentioned.
Okay, but this that you're telling me is separate from the number of licenses that we can link to the same email, right?
No, this is exactly the thing. You can only link 49 licenses to one live account. No more.
49. Well,
Yeah.
that is well in the well, I want to talk about this because it's important from the side of Microsoft.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I activate the products, one sometimes we have projects of, I don't know, maybe up to 1000 Office
Mhm.
2021 license, and sometimes clients don't want to create 10,000 emails, so
Mhm.
they ask us how many Office 2021 license can I link to the same email.
Mhm.
So well, in this case, if the client wants to link more than one license to a Microsoft email, the correct answer is a maximum of 25 Office licenses.
Okay,
And
so it
why?
changed maybe.
No, 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 don't worry. Because you can only see, we don't manage these licenses in admin center. It doesn't
Yeah.
exist in this
No,
product.
exactly. No,
We
clear.
only manage this license through my account of Microsoft.
Mhm.
So this is very interesting thing. Yes, you can link uh, or activate up to uh, 30 licenses. But what happened with the license 26, 27, 28? You cannot see that product in your Microsoft account. Yes, it's linked in your
Mhm.
email, through your email, but you can see it. So
Oh.
you can see a maximum of 20 licenses in your Microsoft account. So
Mhm.
in that scenarios, Microsoft tell us the following. Well, you can link in your email a maximum of 25 Office licenses. But me as a trainer, I don't suggest this. So for reason like this, we do not suggest working with Office 2021 licenses for large projects, because they are not licenses that are easy to manage from a Microsoft account. It is possible to do it, yes, but as a trainer and from what I have seen with other resellers, I do not recommend doing, because the management problem will be for the client.
Yeah, but remember, we are talking also pricing sometimes. And I've had projects for some entities, for example, who purchased 150 home and business because it's still the cheapest license that you can buy for business without going to the volume licensing, which is more expensive, as we all know. And there was even at the time, I don't know if it still exists, but some partners of Microsoft that Microsoft was using to compile those licensing into some Excel like this one and prepare the whole workload. So reseller have X emails and X licenses attached to X emails. So it was even done by Microsoft a few years or months ago, let's say.
Well, perfect. Boris, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. This is very interesting. This is very interesting for us.
Yeah.
Well, now let's continue about the redemption. When we talk about activation processes, it is important to keep in mind that there are two activation links. The first one, which you are seeing on my screen, is for Microsoft products that do not have management centers, meaning all editions of Office 2021, such as Home and Business, Professional, and Home and Student. It also includes the consumer licenses of Microsoft 365, Personal, and Family. What do these licenses have in common? Well, they do not possess a management center. All are managed from my Microsoft account. So for all these products, we use this link. For Microsoft 365 products that do work with management centers, such as Apps for Business, Business Standard, Business Premium, etc., we will use the second link because these licenses belong to the commercial portfolio and above all are managed from a management center. Well, therefore, today to activate Office 2021, we are going to use the first link. Now,
Just a side note, sorry to interrupt. Remember two things. First of all, home and student, 365 personal, 365 home are not authorized for usage in company or in any government or education facility. That's one. And second thing, in the ESD website, when you place an order with us, you will receive a link. This link, if it is for the first case, will contain not only the setup office.com, but also the key link to the license you're trying to activate. That's one. But for the second part, which is business apps and business standard, effectively, you must keep that link preciously, cautiously, because for some reasons, the API of Microsoft sometimes crash to provide us the proper link to activate the business SKUs. So in that case, you would need to use this microsoft365.com/setup business URL instead of the one that was provided, because for what I don't know reason, the APIs of Microsoft sometimes provide the first link when they're supposed to provide the second. So just side note.
If you
Awesome.
guys ever get any problems with that as well, you could just shoot me an email and I can always forward you the link if you were to ever lose it.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, please, before you start, I also suggest that you carry out this process from a private window in your browser. This is because it could be associated with an unwanted email that you may already have open in your browser. I don't know. For example, my personal account is a aware name. So previously, this was very common. Now Microsoft, before linking the license to the email, asks you if you want to continue with that email. However, many customers still do not always check this step and end up activating the license with that unwanted email. That's why it's
Yeah,
important.
and as a reseller, it's very important because as a reseller, sometimes you implement licenses for a customer and maybe it's already open, you have already a live account open in your browser, and guess what? The license is going to go to your email. There's no way we can
Exactly.
solve this afterwards. This happens
Yeah.
so many times. Hey, I don't understand. I don't see the license in the customer account. No, because you didn't pay attention to the message that said, do you want to activate in this account, which was not the one you wanted.
Exactly. For that reason, that's why it's important to do it from a private window in the browser and in the device of the client. If you want to help the client through your device, yes, you can do it. But remember, do it from a private window. And once you click on it's get started, it will ask you to log into your Microsoft account. There, we will enter the email and password of the email that we want to link to this license. Now, again, remember the maximum number of licenses that we can link to the same email. The right answer from Microsoft, it's 30. However, you will only be able to see 25 in your Microsoft account. That is why we do not recommend this process because management becomes complicated for the client who will be managing these licenses. Remember, yes, you can do it, but it's complicated to manage this. Now, here we are going to enter the 25 characters that I received by email, the email that the reseller has already sent to the client without spaces. We will copy and paste that code here. Below, you can see that it is asking me if I wish to continue with that email for activation or if I want to change accounts. Always validate this step because once you link an Office 2021 license to an email, there is no way to reverse this process. Okay? And remember, the maximum number of licenses that we can link to the same email is 30. Now, once the license is entered, it will now be time to download the product on the PC where you want to use it. For this, you will now need to log into your Microsoft account. you should go to the services and subscription option, and there you will find the product available for download. And I need to be honest, I will not just like to tell you about the process. So I'm going to share the slides with you, but I must clarify that these slides are in Spanish. Unfortunately, we no longer have access to that account, and therefore I was unable to generate image in English. But I will explain the whole process to you in English. Are you agree with this decision, with this suggestion? Yes? Yes.
Sure, sure.
Okay, let's
Ju-
continue. Yes.
Before that, sorry to interrupt.
No, tell me.
Sometimes we have some activation issues that happen where the reseller or user receives a message that the license purchase is not purchased in the right region. Remember, Microsoft is doing some IP tracking because of market segmentations. So all the licenses that you buy through us are, of course, official Microsoft licenses, but also Microsoft will search for installation only done within the region of the purchase of the license. So it means if you buy Caribbean licenses, you shouldn't try to activate it in France or in wherever situation out of the Caribbean. What happens sometimes is telcos are doing some so-called IP concentration. That means they're using some IPs that are not located for the right region. Let's say you are based in Trinidad, you're using Digicel, for example, and if you look at the IP you have, the IP is not located in Trinidad belonging to rules of IP tracking. So what happens? You are in the right region, you are in the right place, but Microsoft tells you, hey, you're in the wrong place because you're trying to activate out of the Caribbean. The way is very easy to solve this. This is just use a public Wi-Fi, use your mobile data, maybe sharing, and it will be solved just by this. But it is not that we provide licenses from the wrong region. It is because telcos are not handling the IP segmentation geography that they should. Just that's a side note, but that's very important because this is the most common case we have of problems, which doesn't happen that often, to be honest.
No, yes, I completely agree, and thank you very much for that information, Boris. It's very important to keep in mind the regions where the license are purchased. Yes, for the compatibility, for technical support and updates, for legal compliance. So yes, I completely agree with that information. Thank you very much. Well, continue with the download here. Now, I'm now inside services and subscription. In the products you purchase, I'm going to find my license or my Office 2021 licenses that are linked to that email. In this example, on my screen, we are seeing two linked licenses, but neither tell me which one is already in use and which one is not. If it's not easy to tell me with just two licenses, imagine how difficult it is with 25 or 30. What we need to do now is click on install license so that the process of downloading the desktop applications to my computer device can begin, right? Then what is the next? When we click on install, another window will pop up with two questions. First, confirm the language of these products. You can also change it after it's installed. And second, if it is an Office Home and Business license, it will ask you which version you need. That is, whether it is a version for Windows or a version for Mac OS. But if these were an Office professional license, I will not have the second option. Does anyone remember why? In Office Home and Business, I have two options. First one, the language, and second, the version. I mean, whether it is a version for Windows or a version for Mac OS. But if this was a professional license, I will not have the second option. Again, does anyone remember why? No?
Not compatible with Mac because
Ex
of. Mhm.
yeah,
So
thank you. No, no, no,
is there
please
only MC3
continue.
people listening in this room, or?
Yeah, we only have two audience. What's
Uh-huh.
happening, my friends?
We lost all our partners in the room.
Feel confident, please. Feel confident to share with us the answer.
You can
Yeah,
open mics, huh?
because Office 2021 Professional is only available for Windows 10 or Windows 11. So we will then we need to choose and select the options, and then we need to do click in install. Well, let's continue with the process. No, 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 I need other slide. Yes, and now it's going to start the process of installing your apps. Once you're done, now it's important to activate your session, because yes, I have the application, I activate the key product, but now I need to activate my session. So the applications are already installed, but the session has not yet been started. For this, we will do it in this case from, for example, in my case from Word, but you can do it from any other app like PowerPoint or Excel. When you create a new document, you will see the sign in option at the top right corner. When you click there, you will ask for your email and password, and that is your session will be activated. You can confirm it because it will now display which account you are using with your application. It is not necessary to do this step in all the apps. You can do it in one and it will automatically reflect in all the others. And well, that is all from Office 2021 installation. Now we need to
What happens
continue.
if Office is already installed, pre-installed on the machine, Marco?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What happens if Office is pre-installed on the machine? Should you deinstall it? What should be done preliminary?
If we have pre-installed the product, that license will be OEM license, and
Mhm.
on that scenario, I only need to log in with my account. But if it's a new device and you buy ESD license, you need to do this complete all this
Steps.
process. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you very much, step. But I don't know exactly what is the step by step in an
Mhm.
OEM license. Uh,
Because sometimes it's not OEM. Is sometimes there's some trial for 3 months
oh yeah,
pre-installed on the laptop. What happens then? Because maybe you have a home type edition and you want to install home and business. Do you just need to implement the key inside, or do you need to deinstall and reinstall since it might not be the same product?
I need to go to my Microsoft account, and through
Mhm.
my Microsoft account, I can select the option buy a license for this product, because the trial version is only for 30 days.
Yes.
So yeah, the recommendation is go to my Microsoft account and buy a license directly from the marketplace of Microsoft. But I go to a reseller and buy a license, and when I receive that key product, immediately in that application I have the option to buy a license, and I in that options I need to enter or put my
Mm.
product key. I don't know
Okay.
exactly what is the process, but that is a great question. We need to create or have some prints about the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, but today I don't have it.
Okay. No problem.
Well, my friends, this is a very interesting conversation between me and Boris, but I want to talk with you. I want to hear you. So please, my friends, feel confident to share with us all your doubts and your questions, because now it's time to talk about Microsoft 365. But not only the product, we need to do a demo. So, as a reminder, with a Microsoft 365 license, we receive many benefits such as premium business services, essential business applications, 24/7 support completely free from the administration center, security, productivity, and many other benefits. I have another question for you, not only for Boris, okay? This question is for all of you. The main applications are always Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. But what other applications and services does a Microsoft 365 Business Standard license include? Can you put in the chat what other applications a client receive when they purchase a Microsoft 365 license? Because yeah, it's interesting to talk about Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, Outlook. Yeah, interesting, amazing. But what happened with the other applications? Because this is very interesting. Uh, um, well, we are talking about more than 35 applications. Sometimes it varies in some regions. It's 36. In Mexico, for example, we have 37 applications. And I'm talking about applications like Power Automate, Stream, Microsoft Editor Premium, To Do, Viva Engage, Delve, Whiteboard, List, Forms, Power Apps, Bookings, which is a premium service, Sway, PowerPoint, Planner, Clipchamp, Loop. So now, where you can see the entire list of applications? Well, from the administration center. When you assign a license, there you can see the total number of applications to assign per user. And I will show you when I do the demo. Now, my friends, again, as a reminder, we need to activate the product. So for Microsoft 365 products that work with management centers, remember business standard, apps for business, we will use the second link because these licenses belong to the commercial portfolio and above all are managed from a management center. So today, to activate Microsoft 365 business standard, we're going to use the second link. So, and my friends, it's time to see a demo about the admin center. So at this moment, I stop to, yeah, stop to present. Now, let me share with you the screen of my, let me share with you my screen. Yeah, perfect. Boris, can you confirm if you can see my screen? You can see it?
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very
Good
much.
to go.
Well, my friends, now it's going to take to go to the admin center. It's time to access the admin center. So we can do through the Office portal. So in the browser, let me open my browser. Yeah, this one. Perfect. Now, in the browser, we will go to www.office.com. This is the first way to go to the admin center. Now, uh, as you can see in this left side menu, we do indeed have access to the admin center. Remember that people who only have the admin rule will be able to see this icon. This icon, admin center. So if you cannot see it, that is because you only have a user rule. Okay, and well, we are going to click on this icon and we are going to find ourselves now inside the admin center. We have other option. The other option is go to admin.cloud.microsoft.com, and that is all. This is a faster way to go to the admin center. And now let's get started with the demo. At the top, we find some quick access tabs. We receive a welcome message, and as the simplified view configure, we can find a summary of users and some quick settings at the bottom. We have another view option, and that option is dashboard view. Let me go. Dashboard view. This configuration allows us to have small panels, as its name mentions, in which we can see summary information and we can click on them to redirect us to that configuration. To go to that view configuration, just select again the simplify view in the top tab and change the option to dashboard view. In my case, I prefer to work with simplify view. It's Perfect for me. Now, let's focus on the left side menu. In this menu, we are going to be applying all the settings from this demo. That's why in order to see all the settings, we are going to click on the show all option so that you can expand the list of options. One of the first things our customer will need to do is validate that their licenses were successfully uploaded to this admin center. And for that, we are going to select the billing option, and your product options. First billing, then your products option. Here, we are going to find a small description of the products we have available. For example, I added a business standard license, and this is table it mentions that I have a license um, available. Well, unfortunately, we don't have more. I don't have available this license, but my subscription status is expired in this moment, but I haven't. No, yes, I have assigned my license to a user. If my client, for example, bought a 35 license, in this path, they should find 35 purchase license and activate subscription. And if it's the first time they enter, they will find that none are assigned yet. You might be wondering, hey, Paco, but if I already exchanged the first one to be able to create administration center, will not we already have that license assigned? And the answer is no. Why? Because the global administrator does not need a license to make these configurations. We can have a global administrator without the need to assign them a Microsoft 365 license. Now, if the client needs to add more licenses or extend the date of existing licenses, we must click on the name of the product to be sent to these options. And here we have two possibilities. The first one, I don't have it because my product, my status is expired. But if your status is all right, it's okay. Well, you have two possibilities. The first is to add more licenses. For example, if my client already has a license and needs to add another, they can do it from this option. Instead of saying one, it will say two. On the other hand, if my client wants to extend the expiration date of the current license, he or she will select the extend and what is the name? Extend end date option. Something very curious happened here. I'm sure that many of your clients tend you have some kind of annoyance because of the cutoff dates when they add more licenses. In Spanish, this process is known as prorrateo. In your case, is proration, and it consists of recalculating the total days on the total numbers of license so that we have only one cutoff date at all times. This process is a bit confusing, but I will try to explain it to you. Okay. Um, Let me open my calculator tool. Oh, sorry for this. Yeah, done. Let me change this month to, yeah. Well, let's imagine that today I have one license and it expire on June 7, 2024. Today, today is 28 May, uh, and there are a total of 10 days left. Do you agree? Do you agree with this? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is a little complicated for me, so in Spanish is easier, but I try to do it in English. Well, these 10 days were initially 365 days, which is what I bought the first time with this license. Well, now, today, 28 May. Mm, yeah, but let me check my I'm yeah, it's fine. Well, now today, 28 May, I'm going to buy an extra license. That is, I'm going to add another license, which means that now the new license, this new license has 365 days. And this is where many get confused because they think that this second license is going to expire until 28 May 2025, and it is not. Microsoft does the following. From my first license, I still have 10 days available. Remember? Well, now, since I'm adding a new license today, it means that to those 10 days, let me change this, these 10 days, I'm going to add 365 days, which give me a total of 375 days for two licenses. Microsoft divides those days over the total licenses, and now per license, I have only 188 days, which results from dividing 365 75 by two licenses. If we add 188 days to today's date, I mean 20, 25, sorry, 28 May. Well, uh, what is the date? The first day in December, uh, these licenses expire. Sorry, these licenses, both licenses will expire on December 1, 2024. This is the apportionment. This is how it is calculated. Microsoft do this so that you don't have as many cutoff dates that at some point can cause a management problem. So this example is clear to us. Did you already know about these processes? Because some clients always question us about what is the proration in this. In so, with this example, I try to explain with you what is this processes. Um, if you need more information about this process, I will share with you more information about how Microsoft calculate these days. Now, let's continue. What is the next option? And now it's time to talk about active users. So let's go with another setup. Once our client has validated the existence of their licenses, it's time to assign them to a user. For that, we are going to go to the user option and we are going to select active users. Since this console is a newly created, I don't have many active users, only the global admin. To add one, click on Add User to enter our collaborators data. In this case, I'm going to use my name. So we enter the first name, for example, in my case is Francisco. Then I need to put the last name is Hernandez. And display name is just the union of first and last name. Now let's create a username. This name is usually assigned using the first name plus that plus the first surname. If a username matches another, the platform will tell us that the name is already in use and that we must change it. In my case, I put Francisco Hernandez. Yes, I have available this name. Now, under domains, we are going to find all the available ones. The first one that appears is that on Microsoft.com. This domain is totally free. It is the one we create at the beginning. The customer can assign this domain to its user or any other domain that belongs to it. Later, I will tell you a little more about the domain. Now, we can set up to create a password automatically or ask the user to change this password once they log in. And finally, we can send a copy of that password to the worker's personal email so that they can log in. In my case, I create a automatically password. Then I need to click on next. And now it's time to assign the license. First, let's select the location. Here, if the person is going to use this license in Mexico, for example, in my case, let me go to the M. Well, I have to select that location. And uh, please, they don't always have to match the initial location we set up on the console. In licenses, I have the availability that indeed I have a license. Well, in my case, I don't have license available. Well, in this scenario, you can see the total number of applications that I'm assigning to the user, and I can select which applications I will and will not assign to them. And another option is to create an unlicensed user. This is useful for creating a second global administrator or administrators of certain console settings. I select in this scenario this option. I need to continue. And here I have two options, such as the role of this user. For example, Francisco is going to join us a human resources management manager. So he doesn't need access to the admin center. So in this scenario, Francisco don't need this access. But if Francisco is going to join as a support staff, well, I can give him the role of administrator with access to the center, and I can also exclusively give him the access he requires so that he doesn't have access to all the settings. For example, if Francisco is going to is an expert exchange expert, sorry, I'm only going to give him access to exchange configurations, not others. And this time we'll leave you as a user, only user, Francisco. Then click on next. And finally, I have the profile information. This is optional. In this case, I'm not going to fill it out. So I need to continue. Uh, Here, I can confirm the data in order to be able to finish with the user's registration, confirm and click and finish adding. And that is now Francisco is part of the organization. I can send Francisco a welcome message uh, to his email and save this setting as a template for future earnings with similar settings. And here we can confirm Francisco profile. Let me close this window, and here this is the Francisco account. I can confirm a Francisco profile. When I do click on this profile, I can see uh, I can see more information. For example, what is the storage in the email? What is the storage in OneDrive? Which apps this person have, and other things we can see in another session. Now, if Francisco is going to stop working with us, how do I take his license so I can assign it to someone else? Very simple. Under active users, I'm going to select Francisco name, click on more options, here, more options, and delete his profile or delete user. Or I can reassign his profile to someone else or delete it to release the license. When you delete a user, my friends, it is removed to delete users, where it will remind for 30 days so that if you need to reinstate it, you can do it. For example, now let's go to deleted users. Here I can see the name and the user of Francisco. To do this, only select the name of the user you want to reset and select restore user. Here, restore user. Again, he's going to ask us if I want to create an automatic or manual password for Francisco in this case, and that's it. In this case, I don't want to restore this user. And finally, to close the session, let's talk about domains. What is a domain? Well, let me close this. Now, if I want to go to the domains, I need to go to settings and then click in domains. To enter the domains, here we can find the domain that we create by default at the beginning. Remember that this domain is totally free because it is that on Microsoft.com. Microsoft allows us to create up to 5 free domains that end with that on Microsoft.com. Now, at the top, we find two options. The first one is to add a domain, and the second is only for refresh. Well, if I want to add a domain, when I click on add a domain, I can add a domain that already belongs to me. It doesn't matter if I have it with another domain provider. For example, if the domain I own is called Contoso, for example, I'm going to type contoso.com. We click on use this domain, and now we are going to proceed to verify that that domain really belongs to us. And we can do it from 3 ways, as you are seeing on the screen. Contoso.com, use this domain. And now, as you can see, you need to select the verification option that allows them to use the domain they own. And finally, click on continue. This process takes no more than 5 minutes. And you probably wondering how many domains you can add with an admin center. And the answer is a maximum of 500, what is 500,000. Sorry, I put in the chat. I don't remember exactly how I can pronounce this name. Give me. Can you help me to pronounce this number, please? Is 5,000?
5,000. 5,000, yeah.
5,000. Thank you very much. 5,000 domains. Honestly, that is a lot for 300 licenses, but that's the limit Microsoft give us. So if your client already has a domain because they used to use another mail server, don't worry, you can try registering it here to continue using that domain. And now it's time to close this session, my friends. It's important to talk about the support, health and support option. This is a very interesting topic. When customers have a support issue, I'm almost 100% sure that the first person they look for is you. And one and on many occasions, you have been asked very technical questions or very complex cases that are out of your hands. I would like to know what you guys do when you cannot provide that support to customers. Do they send them somewhere else? Do they tell you that there is no solution? Please write to me in the chat or let me know what suggestion you give. Because why this is very interesting. Remember that a customer who buys a standard business standard has 24/7 support, 365 days a year. And it's not just any support, it's a personalized support, which can be by phone call. That's why when your customers have a problem or questions, it's important that you redirect them to the right channel. And that place is not the general support that is available on the web for all people. The correct channel is the support found within this admin center. To request support is very simple. We're going to click on the support option and then on help and support. We are going to find the same window in the support widget. Let me close this. This is exactly the same. So in this case, for example, I'm going to write how to add more users. How to add more users. We are going to receive automatic help that can be of great help. But you will probably say to me, hey, Paco, I need to talk to an expert on the subject. And that's why here we have an additional option, which is contact support. When we click on that option, we can choose how we want to be contacted. It can be by phone or email, right? I recommend that it be by call. This because it is faster and easier to understand. Let's enter the title of my request, an overview or description. I'm going to confirm my contact number. I'm going to confirm my email. And it is important to give our consent to record the call. And lastly, I can add a screenshot of the issue to better clarify the case. Finally, click on contact me and we will find ourselves on a waiting list with a generated folio. In this case, I'm not going to do it because then they are calling me. But when I have done it, they always call me in no more than 40 minutes. They can request support of all kinds to solve a particular problem. This support can only be accessed from the admin center. So my friends, please keep this in mind. It's a suggest from you because when you have questions about technical issues, I'm sure that you go, I don't know, maybe for example with bodies, and you share with bodies and the following: bodies, I have this issue, please help me. If bodies don't have the answer, bodies contact me and tell me, Francisco, we have this issue with a client, can you help us with this situation? But what happened if Francisco don't have the answer? So the time is important. So I suggest all of you to go to the admin center and receive the best support available 24/7, right? And my friends, just to close the session, I want to invite all of you to go to Expert Zone. What is Expert Zone? Expert Zone is a completely free page. And once you are inside, you will be able to continue studying and learning about all Microsoft products like Windows 11, Windows Server, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Artificial Intelligence, Microsoft Copilot Plus PCs, and many others. The registration is very easy and takes no more than 5 minutes. I will share a link in the chat so you can register. When you complete an accreditation available on Expertzone, you can share that accreditation on your LinkedIn profile and add value to your resume. For example, on my screen, you are seeing a Microsoft 365 accreditation. So I invite you to go to Expertzone, register, and complete the available accreditation, which are totally free, so you can continue learning about our solutions. And as I want to share a link in the chat so you can help me evaluate this session. I would really like to know what you like the most, what you like the least, and if you think there are things we can improve on, you can confidently include this in the small satisfaction survey. This does not evaluate MC3, it evaluates me and of course, Microsoft. Before we finish, I would like to ask again if there are any doubts so that we can clarify them. Please share with us all your questions.
Thank you so much for that session, Francisco. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope our resellers did as well. As Francisco said, any questions, please feel free to leave it in the chat. If anything comes up after the fact, you guys have my email. You can shoot me an email. We can answer accordingly. And yeah, Boris, you want to add anything else? Yeah, your mic, Boris.
Yes, sorry. Yes, it was a very valuable session. Thank you very much, Francisco, for all the inputs, for the direct answers to the request I did or someone else did. I didn't see many outside. Next time, I hope people are more active in the session. Remember, this is not only us giving you training, but also you can interact, ask questions, open mics. It is important that those events are not just a magistral lesson, but more of an interaction. And Francisco, definitely very good content, very good presentation. Thanks a lot. It was very valuable. It was a while I didn't see Microsoft involving in such nice presentation. So happy.
Yes, really appreciate it.
And everybody remember also that ESD is for some the easy way to transact Microsoft Business. Not everyone is eligible to CSP. Not remember Microsoft has put a cap of $1,000 expense per year, so you can remain active in CSP. In ESD, there is no minimum required. You can purchase as small as one subscription, as small as one license, try and go, make some tests. And go to your customers, where in CSP it's quite hard to get onboarded. We are there to help, of course, also in that journey. But if you don't have maybe the focus on this particular Microsoft projects, but you still have the few customers that you want to serve, ESD is really the right solution because it's easy to access. It's very easy to implement, as Francisco shared with you, and it's its sizes to all very small to small business type of corporations. Remember also, have that in mind that you should not at any cost provide, sell licenses for personal usage to some companies. This is not in your interest because you're losing money. This is not in the interest of the customer because it's not compliant with Microsoft rules. So those are quite important. Of course, Summer is there to help you for
Yeah.
any request you have. I am also being the director of the company. I am also the global manager of the ESD project for the entire MC3 group. So if you have specific technical questions about maybe API integrations of ESD or projects that you have in mind, you can reach out to me through Summer or directly, since now you have my contacts.
Yeah. We do have a
And
question in the chat here from Shada.
oh,
I'm still interested in getting the answer for the question that Boris asked in regards to the laptops that comes with the trial. What if you want to buy another license from a reseller if you deactivate first or you wait until that trial expires and then you get a new one?
Yeah, in from my side, I can consult this question with my other commercial master trainers, and probably I can give you a more robust answer about this process.
the advice and by practice that I would give you, most case, if it comes with the laptops, it's written that it's a personal 365 personal subscription for 3 months, or it's a home for 3 months, or perpetual license. That doesn't come anymore. There's no more OEM attached
Yeah.
to laptops, basically. So if it is personal usage, I would advise buy the same type of product. So if it is a 365 personal subscription, you can buy a subscription and then redeem the key within your account. It will work. If it is that you have a doubt, I would deinstall everything on the laptop and reinstall from scratch, because there happens to be some DLL conflicts and things like that that you don't want to go through with the customer. Basically, that would be my personal technical advice from experience.
Yeah, I completely agree. And in that, you can contact the people who invite you to this session by email, and you can send us any question you may have by email as well. We will do our best to assist you. Remember that. And thank you very much for inviting me to
Francisco,
this session.
before you leave, one question. What
Yeah, tell me.
should be the Microsoft support contact, and how to contact Microsoft support in business or personal? Because those are quite fluctuating from time to time. We hear you can call this number that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes you say it's business, so it's not you. Sometimes business people don't understand that ESD still is business application sometimes. So can you
Yeah,
clarify this, or provide maybe some later on some paper, like if you have this kind of support request, go to that. If you have this kind of support, go to that. Is there any document official existing today on that?
well, in apps for business and business standard, the best option or the best way is from the help and support available in the admin center. That is the best
Okay.
way, because it doesn't exist an a specifically number. They
Right.
call you, they contact you, so you need to create a new ticket. In that case, it is
Right.
a
It's like a
personalized support.
ticketing system, not really
Yeah.
like a specific person that we go to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
But in the case of Office 2021, I need to be honest. Unfortunately, we don't have a personalized support. So in that scenarios, the best way or the best recommendation is go to a Microsoft support available in the web. Go to Microsoft Community. Go to Microsoft Question and Answers. That are the best options because
So what is
unfortunately,
this 30-day support that you offer for
yeah, I
those?
you want the
What
link?
is that linked to?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
eventually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, I need to go to other call in the next
No,
10
no
minutes.
problem.
So if you can send me an email with this request, I can share
Yeah.
with you the three links. And about personal and family, I don't have a number because that is other portfolio. In my case,
Okay.
my portfolio is commercial, but I can go with my other partners.
Personally, I
Okay.
experience going to Windows button, get support. There's an application within Windows 11 that is Get Support, where you can get some support for some products. So that
Yeah,
would be
Mhm.
my to-go.
I can go. I can
I will
obtain
shoot you an
all these
email and
links.
ask you,
Yeah,
yeah, and
please,
ask you
please,
for the
please.
links.
And I
Yeah.
share with you by email, but
Yeah.
I want to share with you the right links. So please
Yes.
Yep.
send me an email. I go back with the answer today.
No
And
problem.
yeah, of course, I can share that links for you.
Mhm.
Great. Thank you
Okay.
again
Well,
so much.
no, thank you too, for inviting me to this session.
Yes, of
Boris, thank you
course.
for all the information you added. It was a pleasure being with you. And please excuse me for any possible pronunciation issue.
No,
And
that's
that
okay.
is all. Thank you very much. Well, my friends, have a good day. See you
You
later.
Have
too.
a good day as well.
Thanks,
Thank
Paco.
you everyone for coming. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.